When it comes to these big content creation groups like FAZE and AMP, we truly don't know what goes on behind the scenes. For example, we might see two members get into it on camera, but off camera, they're totally fine. We might see another two members get into it on camera, and off camera, they really have beef. Well, today's video, we will be talking about FAZE, and Blackboy Max is basically going to be going over why he left. The members have no control. Lacey? Yeah, he was really kicked from FAZE that one time. The FAZE members are caught up in something, we don't know what. But Max did hint that Banks has something to do with it. And he also gives an apology to his ex-members. But wait, there's more. FAZE Banks responded as well. And let's just say, close to everybody left FAZE. Is there still a FAZE after this? Let's check it out. Make sure you grab your snacks, grab you something to drink, because it's a lot we have to break down. This might be one of our longest videos yet. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe.
But we had a sponsor. There was a sponsor for that day. And niggas didn't end up doing the sponsor. Game night. Yes, he was there before. Niggas didn't end up doing the sponsor. There was difficulties with the sponsor. Yeah. After that happened, according to the assistants and staff of the creators, because I'm not gonna lie, I just really don't remember. But they said that FAZE has pulled everybody for the rest of the month and sent niggas home early. Right? This is the first time where in my head I went, huh. Okay. So how much control do we have here? And how much control do niggas have over us? If that makes sense. Right?
Was that not in the fine print, or?
I'm gonna say that one more time again. How much control do we have here? And how much control do they have over us? Move into January. Y'all know I started 365. Someone at FAZE had introduced me to my old manager, Brandon. Shout out, Brandon. Was working with Brandon from about November to January. Y'all probably seen him, tall white boy with hair. You feel me? Yeah, 153. Oops. Brandon had falling out with person who introduced me. And person who introduced me tells me, according to my assistant and my creative director at the time, who were sitting in on all calls because they're on my team, tell me I have to fire my manager.
What?
Or I can't be here. When they're the person who introduced me. Video proof as well of this meeting. They were there. This is information my assistants are just telling me. After that happens, I stayed. Shout out to Brandon. He just wanted the best for me, wanted me to be as good as I could possibly be. We're still cool. You know, I got introduced to a new manager, as I know. I come back to LA after New York. All that happened in New York. And, you know, everything's cool. I'm cool with the boys, you feel me? Me and the boys cool, but it's just like, damn, like, it was a weird air for a little while, you know what I'm saying? But everything got patched up, because at the end of the day, we bros and we love each other. Like, you feel me? I want to make that known. Ron, I love you. Jason, I love you. Dap, I love you. Rage, I love you. Silky, I love you. Kaysan, I love you. Did I forget anybody? I don't think so.
I'll give you one part. Gang, you see that little townhouse? You see that little townhouse that Max was in? FAZE? They tried to make that nigga pay 20 bands a month. What the fuck? Or give a percentage of myself. What the fuck? But Max is such a good nigga. He just, yo, bro, I just want to. And now niggas like Max look crazy, look like egoed out niggas. No, that shit not cool though. Like niggas taking shit on the chin, making him look like this nigga the ego monster. Niggas don't know the truth, bro.
He had to pay 20K.
Niggas don't know the truth.
Or give a percentage.
Now, as I know, FBD worked for me. It's my cousin. Nah, he's streams now. He worked for me. He sat in meetings and he heard these things for his own ears. For me. free man. He's allowed to say whatever he wants as he feels. But as y'all know, I signed the FAZE in 2024, so at the end of the day, I signed papers. There are certain things I can and can't say.
Now, in the start of this video, you heard me say how we only know what's brought to light or things that we heard or see, you know, and we don't really know anything when it comes to these organizations. But one key thing that I do remember is Banks always preached and emphasized how he was taking nothing from these members and this and that, and how the FAZE members were 100% receiving all their money, all the equity, sponsors, everything was going to them. Now, I knew that wasn't true. I obviously knew FAZE had to have some type of money, but the fact that you were trying to basically corner him into saying, if you're gonna live in this crib around us where we want you to be, you're gonna have to pay $20K a month, or you're gonna have to give us a percentage of what you make, a percentage of you. Man, now that's kind of tough.
At the end of the day, I signed papers. There are certain things I can and can't say. But FBD, you ain't signed that. The shit from FAZE Miss into whatever FBD's talking about, that happening, is what made me realize, damn, it's time for me to man up. And if I want to be what I one day want to be or plan on being, I gotta bet on myself. No matter what happens to me or what niggas might try to do. So yeah, as I know, I ended 365 shortly after moving into the new house. I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like, me ending 365 gang, I was just burnt, bro. There's too much going on behind the scenes shit. Streaming every day. I'm gone for a couple months. I'm able to get my mental health back right. I'm able to get straight. I'm able to pause. It was always straight, but I'm able to realign myself as a person and just be able to, you feel me, be good. And I'm not saying all that was from being in, but I was just fucked up in a lot of different ways. I just had to get myself right. You feel me? I come back.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I still can't wrap my head around that they were charging him 20K. Now that the house was nice, you feel me? They had a mega mansion where the main house was a mansion and the back house is what Max had, but 20K? Oh my god. But one thing I will say is mental health is a big thing when it comes to content creation, streaming, even just not even with content creation, but just trying to be an entrepreneur and, you know, just get money on your own, not work a regular 9 to 5. Mental health is going to definitely hit because you're going to stress yourself out trying to get the money.
I'm missing one piece. Sorry to rewind the story to fuck y'all up. Y'all remember when Lacey got kicked from FAZE? He really got kicked from FAZE. He got kicked from FAZE because, according to the assistants and the staff and the cameramen, they said that he had missed a video shoot or something, and we were missing video shoots, and so he actually got kicked from FAZE. Granted, he was allowed back in a couple, later, because niggas all had combos, but yes, he got kicked from FAZE. So my point of this is to tell y'all this. We had no control. There was no control. We were just like with puppets. At least that's what it felt like. You get what I'm saying? And then we had FAZE camp. I'm not gonna lie, for the past like 2 months, I was on some shit like, damn, like, am I really gonna leave? Am I gonna stay? Bro, I'm not gonna lie, I was like just on the fence with it, because at the end of the day, I fuck with these niggas, but we don't own this shit. We don't, and we don't have control over our careers as much as we should have. Why? So I'm gonna be honest, bro. That whole FAZE camp happened. When we went to FAZE camp, I called up, I rang Yaya, I rang, you feel me? Yo, bro, move my shit out. After FAZE camp, I'm leaving. And I'm gonna be totally honest, bro. Now that I'm here, I want to sit here and at least apologize publicly to my boys, because it caught them very off guard. But the reason I did this was because I needed to make a decision and stand on it. I knew if I had niggas move shit out, there's no going back. I needed to make this decision and not have any return. You get what I'm saying? Was because at the end of the day, if I came out and said this shit or said whatever the day I left, now it puts them in a position where they look crazy for staying when they wanted to stay. And at the end of the day, if they wanted to stay, they want to stay. You feel me? Like, that's their career.
To be completely honest, when you join an organization, you have to follow certain rules. You have to do what they say. When you sign that dotted line, there's a lot that you commit to. And I wouldn't say you lose full control, but you do lose some control necessarily when it comes to your content, because you might have to do a sponsored stream that you have no idea or you're not interested in. You might have to go out and do a certain stream or a certain segment that you don't want to do, but since it's around the FaZe Clan name, you have to do this. And I'm just thinking right now, oh my god, FaZe Clan, please don't sue me. Please don't try to come after me, FaZe Clan. All I have is just a Kool-Aid jammer. Please don't try to take that from me, my guy. But overall, to a certain point, you kind of are a puppet. And I'm gonna be honest, Ron, Lacey, Silky, Kason, Max, Rage, when you thought of FaZe or this new era of FaZe, my bad, Adapt, I know I forgot you too, but when you thought about this new era of FaZe, they were the front runners. They were the face of the organization, when in reality, you could be the face, but that doesn't mean that you're getting the percentage that you deserve. For example, you know the person, it's this man, he's trending right now with the meat that falls off the bone. Hey, yo, if you know, you know. If you don't, just listen. So it's basically this old black man, and he's trending right now where he has some tenderism meat, and when you just smack the bone, or you could pull it right off the bone, right? The meat falls off the bone, and then he does his little dance or whatever. Long story short, he has a whole bunch of people coming to the restaurant, but he doesn't own that restaurant.
That's their career. Doesn't matter. That's why I still do shit with these niggas, because it's like, whatever. You want to be there, you want to be there. It's not, bro, that doesn't have to do anything. That has nothing to do with me. I freed myself. Hopefully they can figure their shit out one day. You feel me? Or if the shit work and everything's smooth, everything's smooth. When I left, I got told niggas that was there, I'm not talking about the boys, niggas who work for, I got told it would be the worst decision of my life. I got told I would KMS without being in this shit. You feel me?
Whoa.
And I just want to say, I thank God that I bet on myself. You feel me? Like that I bet on myself, and that I just believed in what the fuck I'm trying to do and who I want to be. Because, like I said, a lot of this shit I want to be a good example for y'all. Like just be a good example of what you can be. I want y'all to be dreamers, bro. Dream as big as you possibly can, bro. You feel me?
Okay, I don't know if Max is gonna read this or not, but FaZe Bank says, I have nothing to do with what's going on at FaZe Clan right now. I left 4 months ago and have moved on with my life. Unfortunate to see. Wishing everyone involved the best. If there's anything I can do to help, I'm here. Nobody loves FaZe more than me. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. If you think Banks really left FaZe, like I was saying, nobody's just going to give up a multi-million-dollar organization and just like that. You feel me? In a snap of a finger. Nobody's just going to walk away from it. Yes, he might have dropped the FaZe name, but I promise you, Banks still works with FaZe behind the scenes. He's still getting money from FaZe.
Thank you for that sub, Slasher. But yeah, everyone leaving today. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not gonna speak for them, but niggas in some shit, bro. And please be easy with them. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, they got some shit going on.
What's going on, man? Let us know.
And the assistants have shared shit that I could share, but I don't even want to do that because it goes deep. And I don't think I'm the person who should be speaking on that. I just want to be able to speak on what I can because I was able to. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let me check my phone.
Well, that's what Max had to say. Down below, let me know how you feel about that. But wait. I told you guys Banks responded. And his video was just as long as Max. So, man, grab your refreshments, refill your drink, and let's hop straight into this video.
Merry Christmas. From Banks, formerly known as FaZe Banks. What a fucking terrible day. What a terrible year. I left FaZe 5 months ago, and this wasn't for a narrative, this wasn't for the camera, this wasn't for Twitter, this was very, very real. It was off the heels of some Twitter drama, and the boys were, you know, getting blown up in their comms and in their chats, and as we all know, in this world, wacky, strange world of streaming, that's really all that matters. These streamers, all of them, every last one of them, are forced to appeal to their comms and their chats and narratives on Twitter. And if they don't, they lose viewers. If they don't, they take a hit financially to their career. And this has a huge effect on who their friends are, who they're in relationships with, all of it, everything. The way they treat each other online is completely 100% based and rooted in the feedback that they get in real time from chats and comms. So again, as somebody, an old man, 34 years old, you guys never let me forget it, who no longer makes content, who doesn't have a stream, who doesn't have his own platform, it's impossible for me to create a narrative or control my narrative or really respond. Not that I really give a fuck to anyways, but yeah, all this drama is created, and we get on a call 5 months ago and the guys are like, listen, we're over the drama. We think it's best if you just like publicly step down from FaZe, just to cool down the drama online. I reacted very emotionally to this. I was obviously took it very personally and was offended because, again, I used my entire network, every dollar that I've ever made, everything that I've ever had, this brand that I built, I used all of it as leverage to start these guys as a content group and to kick this shit off with the sole goal and intent to bring FaZe back to the top, which we did. We did that all collectively. Over the last 2 years, FaZe has won Org of the Year twice. And yeah, I was the first guy in the room. These guys would have never lived in a house together if it wasn't for me. These guys are all at minimum 10 times the size in terms of audience and platform now as before they joined FaZe. These guys have all made millions and millions and millions of dollars in the last 2 years.
Hey bro, this is the big problem when it comes to organizations is they always, not even organizations, people in general, they always want to, I made you, I boosted your viewer count times 10. Before you were here, you were averaging this, but now since you joined, you averaged this. It was because of me. It was because of me, mud, me. In reality, we have to understand that the streamers and content creators are the people putting in the work.
And none of them could ever dispute the fact. Max just said it himself on his stream. Joining FaZe was one of the best decisions I ever made in my life. I've heard that from Lacey. I've heard it from Silky. I've heard it from Jason. I've heard it from Ron. I've heard it from Adapt. I've heard it from every single person that's ever joined FaZe, specifically these guys. And I'm here to tell you, as former FaZe Banks, this was one of the worst decisions I've ever made in my entire life. I gave up my entire adult life to this. I have put myself in millions and millions and millions of dollars in debt. I have never made not one singular dollar outside of my salary via FaZe. Not selling it, not buying it, raising money.
Outside of your salary, Banks. And can we just know what was your salary? Because like I'm just looking at your background, gang, and I could tell that you got a pretty penny. Fuck a pretty penny. You have a pretty quarter.
I've just put myself further and further
over a quarter.
Yeah, I think FaZe to acquire and all the costs for these guys' careers over the last 2 years, I think ballpark 40 million bucks. And I think probably collectively these guys have had to have probably made like 20 million in the last 2 years collectively, I would guess. And not $1 of that 20 million has ever gone back to FaZe. Never mind me. Even if it did ever go back to FaZe, that shit's, it's not mine. And I just fucking can't believe it. I can't believe I'm in this position now where people are calling for my head. People are wishing for my death. People are telling me I ruined FaZe. I ruined FaZe, guys. I ruined it. When I have had not one say in anything that's gone on in the last 5 months, and I set all this shit in motion in the first place. I ruined it. I ruined it. There's 5-6 individuals.
So just because you have no say within the last 5 to 6 months means you didn't ruin it or have some influence before? Just because you publicly step down doesn't mean that you still don't run things in the private scene.
Who are multimillionaires and have beautiful careers ahead, and God bless you, and I wish you guys the best, and I ruined it. Yeah, the fact of the matter is, if we went in a time machine 2 years back and I decided to never try to fix this FaZe shit, I'd be much better off. I'd have more money, and these kids would just be doing what they were doing before.
But let's not also act like if you did go in a time machine and went back 2 years later and you didn't get these kids, you're like, well, I don't know why do people refer to people who are grown adults as kids, but if you did have a time machine and go back and you didn't get these group of kids together, you wouldn't have won Org of the Year back to back. And FaZe would not be on the pedestal it is now. Are we not gonna act like FaZe was, everybody was crying, leaving FaZe, you were hurt because the corporate world took over FaZe and this and that? Are we gonna not act like they saved FaZe?
It's hard for me to sit here and take that. It really is. And I plan on going live tomorrow or the next days at some point in the future and really kind of just laying it all out. A to Z, start to finish, the entire 15-year history of this, specifically the last 2 years, specifically the behind-the-scenes shit and the dynamic between all the kids in the back end. Because I just watched some clips from this Black Boy Max stream where he's playing a laugh track over my tweet, and it's like, Max, I know we've had like our individual differences, and I know I haven't really seen eye to eye with a lot of the talent because truthfully and honestly, I find you guys all to be incredibly ungrateful. I find you guys all to have insane egos, and I think it's disgusting and makes me sick to my stomach that your guys' relationships with each other and with every other streamer and your community included is so incredibly fake. You guys are the best actors on planet Earth, and you've made a complete career out of all of it. Max, these are your boys, but these are the same guys that said they fucking hated your guts after you left. And you know, you're the program, you have an ego the size, you think you're Travis Scott and this and that. And also, like Max, multiple conversations about how Ron's content's cringe and you guys didn't fuck with the dap. None of you guys fucked with Lacey or Jason in the beginning. You guys didn't want these guys to live anywhere near you. You barely wanted to share a brand with them. But FaZe was gonna fund a Miami house for you, Rage, Silky, and Kason. So fuck it, we'll take what we can get. And then it all worked. And we forced this relationship. And I was called a fucking retard then, and I was told then I was ruining FaZe. And now 2 years later,
I'm gonna be honest with you. Everybody content didn't really correlate with each other, okay? I'm gonna be honest. When it came to Ron and Lacey, they were more of like clip formers, do it for the clip. You know, they seemed like annoying. I'm gonna be honest with you, just looking from the outside in, it seemed like annoying to be around these creators. But then when you had, who was it, Kason, Raid, Silky, Max, how their content was cool. You feel like their content was a vibe. They were on another, like their communities flowed together. But at the end of the day, Jason, Lacey, and Ron community, they all flowed together. But hey, when it came together, it worked out. At the end of the day, like you said, it worked out. Some people will degrade you, call you names, but hey, if it works out, it works out. You definitely deserve 100% credit for that one.
wound up being the best thing that ever happened. So you understand why I'm sitting here and I'm frustrated. I would hope anyone watching could sit here and understand why I would be frustrated while a fucking entire hate mob is coming after me on fucking Christmas, my first Christmas without my mom, when all I've ever fucking wanted to do is help.
Hey, whoa, Banks, I gotta stop you right there. No disrespect to you, brother, but this has nothing to do with your mom. Don't try to trauma dump onto us. Don't try to make us feel, you feel me, have some type of sympathy for you because this is your first Christmas without your mom. Hey, we know that there's females watching and they're probably going to be in the comment sections right now. Oh, this is your first Christmas without your mom. Oh my, I'll come over and suck it up. I'll be a succubus for you, Banks. No, don't worry about it. And they kicked you from FaZe? Oh, Banks, I'm on my way. No, don't do that, Banks. Keep just stay focused on this, okay?
Be successful. That's all I've ever wanted to do. That's the only intent. Where's the money? I'm this fucking guy who's trying to take everything from everybody. Where is it?
The money's around you.
$1 in debt.
Money's around you.
Where is it? It's in Blackboy Max's bank account. It's in fucking Silky's bank account. It's in Jason, Ronaldo, Lacey's bank account. I wish this never happened. I wish that I never did any of this. And they'll all still tell you this was the best decision they ever made in their life. I'm emotional and I'm passionate. I'm never going to apologize for that. Anything that I do, anything that I speak on, anything that I work on, any talent that I fuck with, anything that I touch, I will always be 100% 2 feet in. That's just who I am. And everything that I'm telling you guys right now is fucking straight facts.
I'm going to say it again. You wish this never happened, but without this happening, who would even cared about FaZe? Like, when you thought about FaZe years ago, the only momentum you guys had was the Fortnite, bro. It was I think it was like FaZe Cloaksy, FaZe Sway. Other than that, nobody was carrying the FaZe name. Besides FaZe Jev. FaZe Rug too. I gotta give it to FaZe Rug. FaZe Rug and FaZe Jev. But everybody else, it's like they gave up on the brand. No Temper, no Blaze. What was his name? Blazing? FaZe Blaze. No FaZe Apex. All we heard from FaZe Banks was just complaining. It's like the whole FaZe, everything just vanished. I said it, and I'm gonna say it the third time. If you had a time machine and you went back 2 years ago, gang, and you didn't pick up these kids, FaZe as a brand would be dog shit.
It's dead wrong, bro. This is unfair. It's unfair to drag me like this. It's unfair to pin me as some fucking horrible guy. Again, the fact of the matter is, every single one of these guys has a bigger platform and an audience because they joined FaZe and met me, and has millions and millions of extra dollars because they met me.
Oh,
on the other hand,
it's all because of you, huh? It's all because of you.
And am significantly worse off financially. Significantly. This has destroyed me. My whole life has been completely destroyed in the last 4 or 5 months, but nobody gives a fuck because I don't have a Twitch chat. And I refuse to be one of the people to just do what you guys are telling me to do. I don't know, guys, this streaming shit is so fucking fried. It really is.
It is.
The narratives, the clips, the fucking, the appeal to comms and chat, and like the willingness to just fucking, you know, it's funny. Everybody looks at these streamers as guys and people who have these massive audience and have influence over millions of people and can impose their opinions and their will on millions of people, but it's not true. It's the exact opposite. The traditional influencer is dead. These kids are the most heavily influenced people on the planet. They are puppets attached to millions of strings. And if their comms and their fucking chats say that the sky is red and they disagree and they say, no, chat, I think it's blue. I think it's blue. Once that fucking viewer number starts to fall off, once they start to see
the sky's red, the sky's red
in their fucking comms, they switch up real quick and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about objective truth. It's the sky is red. I've been trying to talk to these guys for 4 or 5 months and they don't give a fuck. All they care about is their stream, which is completely fine. I don't need them to give a fuck. I don't need anybody to pretend to care. I'm done pretending to care. But if I had 100,000 viewers, if my name was Kai Cenat, they'd fucking be on my dick. They'd be welcoming me with open arms. I would have had a big fucking red comfy chair at the Streamer Awards. The fucking, hey, come fuck with us, bro. Let's do a stream tomorrow. Like, that's just what it is. And you guys know that's what it is. And anybody arguing against that is just fucking completely lost. These relationships are fucking fraudulent.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Bank speaking facts right now, my guy. You speaking facts. I can't contest against what you're saying, but if you know, you know. Like, if you have a brain and you're not so lost in this internet content creation world, you know that this is what goes on. You know this is what happens. You know that at the end of the day, when it comes to internet, clout rules the internet. Of course, if you have 100,000 views and somebody could benefit off of you, of course they want that. But hey, if you're somebody like me who averages just me and Nightbot in chat, of course nobody's gonna want to collab with me or do something with me, because what can they gain from me? Nothing.
It's just fucking completely lost. These relationships are fucking fraudulent. It's fucking fried, bro. It's fucking fried. And I'm happier than ever to be going my separate way, and I'm glad that what happened 5 months ago. I'm happy to be off of it. There is no future for me in FaZe. There is none. That was my last try. That was it. There's nothing. I have nothing left to give this. I gave it my entire adult life, and I tried my hardest. And for anybody who's a fan of me and anybody who's a fan of FaZe, I am sorry. I've absolutely failed you. And the one thing I'm perfectly okay with taking accountability for is being the root cause of all of this. Because at the end of the day, I am. This is, in a fucking twisted way, all my fault. Because at the end of the day, I put these guys in a room. At the end of the day, I went and raised money. I convinced, these business people that this vision and these guys were a good bet to take. I thought in good faith that, if we gave people careers, if we fucking gave everybody the best resources and this shit worked, then everything else would figure itself out. And I'm so fucking naive and retarded to have not made sure everything was fucking better articulated and solidified and just like people were on the same page. I don't know, man. I failed miserably. It's not the first L that I'm taking in my life. It's not the first time I failed. But yeah, I wish that, in a weird way, I do wish that I fucking was closer to the fold the last 4 or 5 months. I don't think that this all would have happened this way. I don't know, man. I don't know. I really don't know what to do. I don't know what else to say. I'm gonna be live on Twitch because I have a lot to say about a lot of specific examples of things that have happened in the back end, in the background, and I'm gonna be coming correct with receipts, and I'm gonna be completely open book.
Receipts.
Where I went wrong, where I feel other people went wrong. Yeah. Merry Christmas, y'all. I'm sorry. This is it. This is the end. Peace.
Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Make sure y'all like it, comment, subscribe, because tomorrow we'll follow up with Banks if he drops some heat. If he doesn't and it's just a whole bunch of BS, we're not gonna be seeing a video on that. But wait, a plethora, close to every member left FaZe. But here's what Adapt had to say. FaZe Adapt left FaZe Clan. 14 years, over half of my life. I'd be lying if I said this didn't hurt, but it had to be done. Thank you to everyone who's been a part of this journey. The best is yet to come. So there is news that a lot of bidders have been trying to buy FaZe. And man, let's see what Aiden Ross had to say.
Genuinely, here's what I think. I think that it was from the beginning, right? Nobody could get on the right terms. Nobody can get on the right terms. And both sides, right? They didn't agree to what what the foundation was, right? So they bought FaZe. I don't know who bought it. I think it's pretty easy. You guys can do your research. Here's what I think. FaZe was bought, but then whoever bought it was like, yo, how do I get the money? Where's the money coming in at? How do I get the money? And I think that's the issue. There was no gain. But here's what I think needs to happen if I'm the FaZe boys. You guys need to leave FaZe, rebrand into a new group so you guys have equity of your own group, right? You guys need to have full on equity of your own group. Leave FaZe, rebrand, and that's what you guys got to do. Because then guess what? You all that stuff that you guys don't fuck with that FaZe stays, and you guys get to go and do your own thing, and you guys have all equity of your own shit. And that means you guys have full control, and you guys can do whatever the fuck you guys want to do because you guys own it. That's what I think needs to happen.
I mean, all that sounds amazing, but one, it's coming from someone who hasn't done it with his own group, and two, coming from a small content creator like myself, it is extremely hard for you to get other content creators or streamers on the same page. Hey, let's do this stream tomorrow. Let's do this video tomorrow. Oh, I got this, that. All right, let's do it next week. Oh, next week, da. You feel it's extremely hard to get everybody on the same page, everybody in the same room to agree upon one thing. So I think it's just best if they just do their own thing, honestly. Well, boys, there we have it. The best content organization FaZe Clan is over. Down below, let me know how you feel about this. I'll keep it 100% with you guys. At first, I really didn't watch anybody in FaZe, but after PBM joined FaZe, I kind of gravitated towards him, and he became one of my favorite streamers to watch when it came to clips, or when I did decide to turn on the Twitch stream. But down below, let me know how you feel about this whole situation. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and share this to a friend. Follow me on all socials, and we out. Peace.